for you? Do you enjoy this? Do you like this? It's just totally disgusting. And I say the atheist because that's all they put on the front page of YouTube. I mean, the guys that run YouTube just must love the atheist guy because it's him. And then you've got the TNA all around that, and you've got, just all of this. It's amazing. But it doesn't matter. They're not going to keep the truth from breaking out and getting out to the people. By the way, we're on XM 3 hours a day starting June 6th. Well, it's going to be re-aired. They wanted me live, but it's going to be re-aired, I believe, or it may be live. They're not quite sure yet, but that's confirmed. We'll be on XM 3 hours a day coming up June 6th. And why is that important? Because XM reached out to us. We're not people paying to be on XM. It's because this show is becoming more and more mainstream because the truth is becoming more and more mainstream, and people are demanding and asking for that. So I would ask folks, all the major YouTube channels who we've linked to, who we've promoted, who we've pushed, to please promote and push what we're doing and the backup channel. But I almost don't even want to promote our backup because they'll just suspend that. But we'll go ahead, whatever. So there's one place to go. Just please, everybody on your channels, please point out they should subscribe to the Info Warrior so that we can do that. Now, I am going to go to Ted Anderson here for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to get into what's really happening with the census takers coming up and getting your GPS reading. And I want to spend some time on this because it's important. But first off, we had that lady on last hour whose son says that he was IP spoofed. And he was at church. They have witnesses that when this third call of several happened from the family's IP phone. They had a Skype phone in this case. But they can spoof any IP phone. And this has been big news. All over the country, SWAT teams are going to houses. They'll get a call. There's been a whole family murdered, or there's a hostage situation, or a daycare full of kids has been held hostage, and it'll be a daycare. And the cops show up, and nothing's going on because the IP spoofers, they go in, get the IP of the address, they make a fake phone call off that IP, and the SWAT team shows up. Well, that's what happened here, and the feds are arguing in court with this young man, charging him under the Patriot Act, that he doesn't have any rights and that there's no such thing as IP spoofing. But if you Google IP spoofing, you can say criminals have long employed the tactic of masking their true identity from disguises to aliases to caller ID blocking. And it should come as no surprise that criminals who conduct their nefarious activities on networks and computers should employ such techniques. But it's more than just IP spoofing. It's this Skype spoofing and this IP phone spoofing where they do this. It's just vicious crime. You know, sending the police to some family's house and people have been killed. I mean, I can't believe what scum are out there, but it's this internet culture. There's the good and the bad and the ugly of the internet, and I love the internet, but this stuff's getting worse and worse. Okay, I wanted to go ahead now and bring up Ted Anderson for a few minutes because gold's up like $17 today last time I checked. Silver's up as well, and Ted happens to have gold and silver at the price it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're talking $40 less or something. You know, it's gone up that much. And regardless, in this crazy world, China's dumping the dollar, buying gold and silver and copper. You can Google that. They're dumping dollars and buying real tangible assets. And I just think it's important for people to get off the grid and to also cash in at least some of their paper dollars and IRA and stocks to hedge their bets in this crazy economy. And when you do buy gold and silver, it's great to get a good deal on it. So, Ted Anderson, tell folks about it.
Yeah, sure. I'll come right up real fast with it. Of course, when silver was down there at that $12 level, I was trading those Lakota Nation coins at $17.71. Now it's over $13. I still have them at $17.71. So that's obviously a great buy. The Francs right now, $2.14. Gold, what was it last Friday? It was about $286. I'm sorry, $886. Now it's over $900 an ounce. Still the same price. I have those at $214. The British sovereigns are still $267. With gold and silver both up, and the prices on this stuff is going to go up too. It's just I've been able to accumulate stuff while the market was lower. It's summertime. I have a tendency to be able to buy a little better in the summer. Fall's coming real fast. If it's anything like last summer, we're going to have a big rush even in June and July with the inflation figures coming out now. There's a much larger threat for inflation now with all that TARP money that came out and all the stimulus packages that have been and past. That I was just talking to a investment advisor at ING here on Saturday night, and he was saying it's inflation. He says he wants to know how he can get involved in the gold and silver market, and that's what I'm hearing from investment advisors all over the place. Everybody wants to get in on the gold and IRAs and how they can get involved with that and how they can sell physical gold and silver. It's a big market at this particular time, Alex. I would really suggest that people take advantage of the fact that the prices are a little softer right now, because before you know it, all that cash that's been created here, the trillions of dollars, it's going to come and flood the economy.
Well, no, mainstream news admits China and the Arabs and everybody else are now dumping dollars. They've been doing it for 2 years, but it's accelerating the amount that they've been dumping.
Yeah, it sure has. And so, and I don't blame them. If I was China, I would get away from the United States dollar entirely. When you take a look at what the United States is doing from the perception of another country, they can tell that the United States dollar is being watered down by a whole bunch of new currency. They can see that happening. And if you're sitting there outside of this nation, you have no incentive to hold on to that asset. They would love to get out of their securities. They've got about $3.3 trillion with the U.S. government securities, cash and notes and so on and so forth, and they want to liquidate their position. And they've increased their gold reserves by 76% just within the last year. So, I mean, obviously the Chinese are looking to get out, and they were our lender for about the last 10 years. They're the ones that allowed us to deficit spend and not create inflation at the same time. Okay,
Ted, I want to tell folks the silver you have to offer. I want to tell people not just the silver you have to offer. I also want to tell the listeners and viewers out there the particular good deals you've got on gold today.
Yeah, well, right now, there's no question about it. If you're looking at gold at all, you should be getting into smaller pieces of gold. It makes a lot of sense to have fractional pieces of gold, because when the manure hits the fan, you're going to have to spend gold in small increments. That's why I like that Frank coin. In addition to this, it's at 214. Now, I went out and I priced it, Alex, at this time, and buying it at today's market right now, there'd be about 225 for that same coin that you can buy right now at 214. And why can you buy it right now at 214? Because I bought it back when the market was lower at this 886 level, and now we're sitting at $900 an ounce. The same thing holds true for those silver Lakotas. Last time I had silver over $13 an ounce, I had these things at $18.50. Right now I have them at $17.71. And if you Google that coin, you'll find out that on eBay right now they're trading from $20 to $25 a piece.
Absolutely. You cannot beat that deal, and I've actually bought a few of those from you the other day. So, Ted, give folks the toll-free number. It's 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237, or MidasResources.com. This deal will go through tonight. Again, this deal is available until tonight at midnight, 1-800-686-2237. You cannot beat the deal on those Lakota rounds, gorgeous silver coins. And again, on the gold, you have great deals on the Franks, great deals on the British sovereigns. What other gold coins? Do you still have some of those buffaloes that are so hard to get left?
You know, I mentioned them last time that I was on the air. We sold out every single one of them. We're looking for them. And when I get them available, we'll make them available.
Anything else you've got that's interesting, Ted?
U.S. Eagles. We also have the Canadian Maple Leafs. I've had a great quantity of real small quarter-ounce and 10th-ounce Maple Leafs. We'll be putting those up here real soon.
So. Yeah, that's a wonderful coin. 800-686-2237, 800-686-2237. Ted, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me up again, Alex.
All right, I'll break down the GPSing your doors in detail straight ahead, and then to Mexico City.
Springtime. Now that you've planted your organic garden, how will you keep the bugs away without using toxic chemicals and poisons? Well, the answer is all natural insecticides from freshwaterorganics.com. These revolutionary insecticides start with the same organic product that we use in FPP to kill parasites. We then add a small amount of pyrethrin from chrysanthemum flowers and a mild attractant to offer you the most effective insecticide available anywhere. It can even be applied up to the day of harvest. Our natural insecticides work in the home, on plants, and in your garden, killing pests mechanically, not with poisons. So pests can't develop an immunity, and they won't harm your children or pets. It's effective against white flies, moths, bed bugs, fleas, roaches, crickets, and more, and safe enough to use on your pets, ridding them of fleas and other pests. Order now from freshwaterorganics.com or call 888-949-3570, 888-949-3570 today.